Prepare to be surprised as we reveal Vietnam's remarkable developments. Over 331,000 square kilometers, Vietnam borders Cambodia, Laos, and China. Around 100 million people make it the 15th most populous nation. This country's population is mostly young, averaging 32. Each of the 54 ethnic groups in the country has their own traditions, customs, and languages. About 85% of the population is kin from Vietnam. The Hmong, Tay, and Cham also enrich Vietnam's culture. Stay tuned as we explore Vietnam's interesting heart and why it may be your next dream visit. 1. Cities. Start with capital Hanoi. Hanoi, founded in the 11th century, is beautiful and historic. French colonial architecture with magnificent buildings and tree-lined boulevards contrasts with its bustling marketplaces and streets. The city's iconic Hoan Kiem Lake is home to the sacred swordtail. Another important site is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, where people worldwide pay tribute to the revolutionary hero. Next, we visit Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City. This is Vietnam's largest city and a global cultural and commercial center. Modern skyscrapers mingle with Buddhist temples and colonial ruins. The Reunification Palace, War Remnants Museum, and Ben Thon Market depict Vietnam's turbulent history and unrelenting pursuit of freedom. Another treasure is Da Nang, known for its beautiful beaches like Mai Ka and Na Nua. The Marble Mountains and Golden Bridge in Ba Na Hills are natural wonders of the city. The combination of contemporary infrastructure and natural beauty attracts travelers. The well-preserved old village of Hoi An, with its lantern-lit alleys, wooden buildings, and Japanese-covered bridge located in Da Nang. Hoi An is known for its tailor shops and traditional dishes like Cao Lao noodles. Love beaches? Nha Trang is paradise. Scuba diving, kiteboarding, and Vin Pearl Island visits are popular. The Long Sun Pagoda, Nha Trang Cathedral, and beach are popular. The former imperial capital, Hue, is historically significant. Visitors come to the imperial citadel and royal tombs. Hue is renowned for its unique food like as Bun Bo Hue and royal cakes. Finally, Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with stunning limestone karsts and emerald waters, is a must-see in Vietnam. Boat rides, intriguing caves, and floating communities await visitors. Did you know Vietnam's history has lesser-known but equally amazing figures whose tales are rarely told? Watch for these hidden heroes. 2. History. Vietnam has documents reaching back to the 2nd century BC. Many kingdoms and dynasties have formed the land, with women playing important roles. In the 1st century AD, the Trung sisters, Trung Trác and Trung Nhi, rebelled against Chinese domination. Their courage made them national heroes and emblems of Vietnamese resistance, inspiring Vietnamese women today. From Chinese invasions to 19th century French colonization, Vietnam has endured many foreign occupations. Women were prominent in court politics and cultural patronage during the early 19th century Nguyen dynasty, which unified Vietnam. During French colonial rule, women like Ba Trieu became symbols of resistance, advocating for freedom. Vietnam's independence movement peaked during the almost 3-decade Vietnam War. This conflict pitted Soviet-backed North Vietnam against US-backed South Vietnam. The 1975 fall of Saigon, which led to reunification under the Communist Party of Vietnam, is a symbol of the conflict. The Vietnam War showcased the resilience and accomplishments of Vietnamese women, including combatants, nurses, logistics coordinators, and Viet Cong supporters like Nguyen Thi Dinh. Before we study more amazing parts of Vietnam, write a remark saying, "I love Vietnam." This shows that you appreciate its beauty. 3. Vietnam now. War wounds aside, the Vietnamese have rebuilt their nation with extraordinary tenacity. Vietnam has become an economic powerhouse with strong industrial growth and globalization in recent decades. Today, Vietnamese people grin as they stroll through the streets, demonstrating their tenacity and capacity to overcome misfortune. Manufacturing and exports have underpinned Vietnam's recent economic growth. Foreign investment is high in electronics, textiles, and footwear in the country. Vietnam's 2019 GDP growth rate was just over 7%, one of the highest in the world, according to the World Bank. The government's infrastructural and business climate improvements have helped enterprises operate and develop in the country. Vietnamese women are important socioeconomically. Vietnamese women are resilient and entrepreneurial, working in business, education, and healthcare. A research by the International Finance Corporation found that 1/3 of Vietnamese businesses are owned by women. Vietnam struggles with environmental sustainability and social injustice despite rapid growth. The government is developing policies to address these concerns plans for sustainable and equitable growth. Women's education and job progress are also being promoted to promote gender equality. Vietnamese women preserve their cultural heritage by preserving cuisine, music, and martial arts. 4. Ancient customs. Vietnam's martial arts scene is incredible, with centuries-old traditions like Vo Việt Nam and Quan Ki Dao that define the nation. These generations-old fighting styles combine hand-to-hand combat with deep mental and spiritual exercises. In gyms and parks, martial artists of all ages perfect their skills and preserve this ancient history. One of the most notable is Vo Việt Nam, Viet Vo Dao. Vo Việt Nam, founded in 1938 by Grandmaster Nguyen Loc, combines ancient and modern methods, including as high-flying scissor takedowns, grappling, and sword and staff use. This martial art promotes discipline, respect, and mental health as well as self-defense. Over 70 countries practice Vo Việt Nam, which is featured in international contests like the Southeast Asian Games. Vo Việt Nam martial arts have traditionally been male-dominated, but women are having an impact. Women train and compete, demonstrating their physical strength and reflecting Vietnam's changing gender norms. Bia Mai Dinh and Tay Son are some noteworthy Vietnamese martial arts with distinct methods and ideologies. Beyond martial arts, Vietnam is known for its beautiful traditional dances. Performers in ornate lion costumes perform acrobatic motions that express strength, courage, and fortune in the lion dance. Elegant dancers whirl and juggle colorful umbrellas in the umbrella dance, another breathtaking performance. Vietnam's diverse history and ethnic groups' customs are reflected in these traditional dances. Experience exciting performances such as Egg Doi, fan, conical hat, gong, and Cham dances. Vietnamese music vividly depicts the country's diverse culture. Instruments like the Don Bao, Don Tran, and Don Nguyet are common in Vietnamese classical and folk music, conveying the country's tranquility and spirituality. These musical traditions attract and inspire, preserving the nation's culture. 5. Production of coffee. Vietnamese culture includes a thriving coffee industry. Country's economy relies on coffee. Vietnam is the second largest coffee producer and exporter after Brazil. Vietnam is a worldwide coffee powerhouse due to decades of investment and innovation. Vietnam produces about 95% of its coffee from Robusta beans. Vietnam's 2023-2024 coffee output is estimated to be 31.3 million 60 kilo bags. Coffee exports may drop 4% due to lower in-country stockpiles and higher prices. Vietnamese coffee production relies on women, especially in rural areas where they manage and labor on coffee farms. They are crucial to productivity and quality. Gender equality and agricultural empowerment programs have improved the coffee supply chain. These efforts train and support female farmers, improving their technical skills and economic position. Coffee is a major aspect of Vietnamese society. Vietnamese people drink coffee slowly at cafes or at home, unlike Westerners. Vietnamese coffee culture emphasizes Robusta coffee's bitter taste with this distinct aspect. Vietnamese women are also making coffee business progress. Local firms such as Lace Coffee and Phuc Long Trading Production Company have achieved success in both domestic and international markets. These firms work with female entrepreneurs and encourage women's coffee value chain participation, fostering gender equality. 6. Nightlife. Vietnam's nightlife is unique. Ever wondered what makes it so special and a must-see for visitors? Stay updated. Did you know that in Vietnam, alcohol can be bought and consumed at any age, unlike in the US? The lack of an age limit surprises many visitors, especially those from stricter countries. Teenagers and seniors enjoy cold beers in Saigon's busy streets at night. Imagine traveling through busy streets with colorful lights and lovely Vietnamese women. This is reality, not a fantasy. Immersive nightlife in Vietnam, Saigon, and Hanoi are lively at night. The streets are full of excitement and sociability, luring all ages to nightlife. Bars, clubs, and cafes are full of music and chatter. Enjoy a nice, refreshing Bia Hoi beer while taking in the vibrant metropolitan atmosphere. Vietnam's nightlife goes beyond pubs and clubs. Night markets like the Hanoi Night Market become entertainment hotspots with colorful artisan vendors, tasty street food, and intriguing cultural acts. Friends and families regularly dance, sing, and enjoy fun in public squares. 7. Cuisine. Nighttime Vietnamese streets are full of food booths. Vietnam is heaven for Asian foodies. Freshness, balanced flavors, and abundant herb and spice use are hallmarks of Vietnamese cuisine. You may find recipes that properly combine grains, veggies, seafood, and meats around the country. Pho, a rice noodle soup serving meat, fresh herbs, and savory sauces, is a popular dish. From breakfast to dinner, this delectable delicacy is consumed. Another famous cuisine is banh mi, a crispy baguette sandwich with meats, vegetables, and spicy seasonings. Banh mi highlights the country's colonial past by combining French baguettes with Vietnamese ingredients, including pickled veggies, pate, and meats. Two types of Vietnamese spring rolls exist: fresh goi quan and fried chagio. Goi quan is a light, healthful alternative made with fresh veggies, shrimp, pork, and rice paper, while chagio is deep fried and loaded with pork, mushrooms, and vegetables. The Hanoi meal bun cha consists of grilled pork patties, rice noodles, fresh herbs, and a tangy dipping sauce. This meal became famous worldwide after U.S. President Obama and Anthony Bourdain ate it. Vietnamese che includes puddings, sweet soups, and jellies prepared from beans, fruit, and sticky rice. Vietnamese cuisine is known for its exquisite flavors, textures, and fragrances. Vietnamese cooks employ coriander, mint, basil, ginger, pepper, and kaffir lime. Rich ingredients provide complexity and freshness to recipes. 8. Expense. You may believe Vietnam is cheap, but one cost may surprise you. Guess what it is? Many people are drawn to Vietnam by its low cost of living. Vietnam is more affordable than other Southeast Asian countries, letting visitors enjoy their stay. Rents are cheaper in booming cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. A one-bedroom apartment in central Hanoi costs $300, $500 per month. Similar apartments in Ho Chi Minh City cost $400, $600 per month. Vietnam has cheap groceries and restaurants. Local restaurants serve tasty meals for $3, $5. Even in upmarket places, full meals rarely exceed $15. Local markets offer cheap fruits, vegetables, and other necessities. Cultural, leisure, and transportation activities are also financially easy. Vietnam comes out as a low-cost place to live well. Before we discuss Vietnamese women's appeal, please listen for 10 seconds. Just subscribing would help me out. If you support this channel, my staff and I will work hard to improve this program for you. Have we agreed? 9. Women beautiful and elegant. Vietnamese women are hard to resist. These beauties are captivating with their delicate looks and grace. Vietnamese women are stunningly feminine with flawless skin and dark hair. Their brilliant, expressive eyes show their rich culture and traditions. Many wear traditional áo dai, a long, flowing dress that highlights their exquisite figure. Vietnamese women are beautiful beyond appearance. They are noted for their strength, determination, and ability to reconcile family duties with a growing workforce. These women are resilient due to generations of conflict and tragedy. They can do everything from rural physical work to corporate leadership. In Vietnam's countryside and towns, women work hard to grow rice and other crops. They tirelessly carry heavy baskets and paddle boats and care for their family. Vietnamese women inspire with their beauty, courage, and determination. They exemplify Vietnamese persistence and versatility, overcoming prejudices and establishing themselves in a more equitable society. And landscape visitors to Vietnam are also drawn to its stunning landscapes and temples from north to south. Vietnam has beautiful natural contrasts. Discover the Hoang Lien Son Mountains, home to Mount Phan or explore the magnificent bays of Ha Long with hundreds of limestone islands in turquoise waters. Vietnam has a rich architectural and religious legacy as well as natural settings. The Temple of Literature in Hanoi and Linh Ung Pagoda in Da Nang are examples of Buddhist temples that fascinate visitors with their beauty and serenity. These hallowed sites preserve Vietnam's historic traditions and reveal the Vietnamese people's deep connection to their cultural and spiritual roots. Spiritually, Vietnamese have several religions. 3/4 of the population are Buddhists, but other religions are important. About 7% of Vietnamese practice Taoism and Confucianism, which shape culture and society. French colonization left 7% of the population Catholic, including buildings like the Saigon Cathedral. Caodaism, a syncretic religion blending Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, and Catholicism, has a minority in the country. This religious diversity demonstrates Vietnamese culture's complexity and tolerance. 11. Traffic. Vietnamese traffic appears hectic, but it has a surprising harmony. How does everything function so smoothly? This is a fascinating topic. Traffic in Vietnam is hectic with thousands of motorcyclists leading vehicles and bikes. Vietnamese traffic appears chaotic at first. Motorcyclists ignore traffic signals and road restrictions and ride uninterrupted. Using their agility, pedestrians cross roads around cars. This apparent disorder conceals tremendous efficiency. In traffic, Vietnamese people dance together, anticipating each other's motions and maneuvering with quickness despite the chaos. Because traffic is in sync, serious accidents are rare. Accessible public transit is another highlight of Vietnam. Locals and visitors can easily navigate cities using buses, trains, and subways, which have extensive networks and affordable fares. Like and subscribe to our channel if you like today's video. Your help is much appreciated.